Reporting live from Anchorage, Alaska. A little excited, a little concerned, with a little anxiety, but that's just typical on a hunt like this. This is a different type of hunt. We're on a coastal brown bear hunt. I'm used to hunting in the mountains for ovis and capra, which are sheep and goats. It's a little bit different in other regards because I don't really know what we're doing. Never been on a brown bear hunt, been on another grizzly hunt, but not on a coastal grizzly. So I've got a lot of questions that I can't answer. My sidekick, Eric, he's got some that I can't answer. So a lot of this is just using experience and using, you know, the best information that we have at our fingertips right now. Nobody in the world has really been hunting unless it's been in their own country. So for us to be in Alaska, not an international hunt, but I was joking earlier, it seems like one. What's so cool is that there has not been a hunt in Alaska since last March. So you would think our chances of harvesting a trophy brown bear and just having success and having a great memorable hunting trip in Alaska this year would be over the top. I'm expecting to see a lot of brown bears. I'm expecting to see a brown bear that I don't have to just shoot because I want to shoot a brown bear. I want to take my time and be able to look these bears over. So to me, to have that opportunity, this is a chance of a lifetime to kill a huge brown bear, and I'm excited. We're taking care of some business here at Fred Meyer Grocery Store. As a non-resident, I am learning the process here in Alaska. So online, I got my hunting license and my harvest ticket for a brown bear. But as a non-resident, you have to come here and get this locking tag. It's a metal tag Alaska issues for all their animals, big game animals at least. $1,000 later, I have it. And I have a record of it too. So anyway, last step before we go hunt a brown bear. And wow, man, the journey's already started. Well, we made it up the hill on day 2 morning, and we feel like after day 1 we've acclimated. We've already seen a great amount of wildlife. Saw several moose, female moose yesterday, and that's a good sign to have the moose because the bears are going to be looking for the babies. We saw a little red fox, we saw several ducks, we saw sandhill cranes, we saw white swans, so saw a little bit of everything. We're sitting, you know, a long time on the hill. We're getting a little late start in the morning. It gets light here at about 5 a.m. and it gets dark at about 11. You got to take advantage of the light hours. So we were on the hill 11 hours yesterday. You got to be pretty patient.
I just say, like the tree in between on the peninsula, just give me like a 10-mile-an-hour wind. It's always nice to have a wind because
Yeah.
out here you're screwed. You get those days out here where everything changes direction. You won't ever see shit. You get it, boy, you know.
When it's moving directions?
Yeah.
Yeah, the animals just hunker down.
Well, they just smell you. You know,
Or that too.
Hill, 360 degrees around you, there's wind blowing everywhere.
Yeah.
These bears will smell you a mile away.
Uh-huh.
But then when you do see one on those fringe areas like that, they're usually pretty big.
Yeah. What is if the brown bear is 9 or 10 foot? What do they usually weigh?
In the spring or the fall is different.
Spring.
But, you know, in the spring, you're going to say your swing will be from like 650 to 900, probably.
Okay.
Average being 700, 800.
Yeah.
You know, that same bear will be 1,000 in the fall.
So in the fall, will they be heavier? By 100 to
20-30%.
Yeah. It's almost 5 o'clock. We figured that we would be here for much longer, but the legendary spot's not delivering for us. They nicknamed this place the Ho Chi Minh Trail because these trails that bears use are so deep. Caught that name from a guide here a few years back. What the outfitter really wanted to do was take us to the ocean, and the weather was not conducive to that, so he wanted to stop by this spot that they said always delivers big boars. So the weather is going to be really bad tomorrow, so the outfitter Tracy said he'd rather pick us up and then try to get us to the beach this evening. So what's going to happen is about a half hour as soon as we get packed up here, we're going to head back down to our little spike camp, take down the tent, and make our way to the coast. Be a totally different setting. Weather will be more fierce, wind will be blowing harder, but we got to move. We need to see where the bears are moving. Out here, what we really want to do is be able to see both sides. We want to see the beach along this left side. So if we go over here, this area, we'll probably have a better angle on that side of the beach. So he's going to sit us right over here. We've been watching this bear up here on the hill, and I caught him on my eye about 30 minutes ago. And he's making his way down the ridge there like a ridge runner, and then he popped off coming down, and Jason's looking at that bear and thinks it's an 8-foot bear. He's calling it an 8-foot bear. Probably won't hunt that bear. It's just getting prime time right now. And this is our first day in this area, so probably pass on that bear and see what happens. But it sure is comforting to see a bear, and a bear that's actually walking towards us, not away from us, and not walking down the ridge. We just finished breakfast on day 5. We got weather moving in. We were kind of moving a little slow, wondering what the day was going to look like with the weather, and lo and behold, happens just like it usually does when you're not really pushing it. We got a big mature bear down here, eating on the beach, he supposes. Jason's going down there to look at him. We just in a hurry grabbed all our stuff. We're gonna go down here and get a look-see and see if we can't put a stalk on this bear. So, probably 8+.
Yeah, I think that's your classic bear that's right around 8.5.
Yeah.
You know, it might be, I don't think it's over 8.5.
Yep.
But it could be 8.4 or something, you know what I mean? So I just call it that class, 8.5 class.
He definitely shows more mass, you know,
well, he's just
than the other bears we saw.
Yeah, he's just as wide up front as he is in the back. Dark as all get out.
Yeah, I like his
and his hide's
cape.
perfect. But
No blonde spots or bear rub spots. Well, he's the biggest one we've seen on this trip. This is always the judgment call on a hunt like this. You've got 5 days in, you've seen 4 or 5 bears. You know, 5 days into a hunt like this, he sees a bear that, let's call him 8.5, not sure if he's a sow or a boar. And do you shoot that bear or do you not? There's your big question. For me, I'm not gonna shoot that bear. We're on the Alaskan Peninsula. You're in the best place in the world to shoot a trophy brown bear. Yeah, it's been tough, but I guarantee you the hunting is gonna get better. You gotta have faith and confidence that this is gonna work out, and you're gonna have to keep hunting. Still day 5, evening, after a long rain delay. We could only bear that rain for about 7 hours. So took a little siesta and put all our stuff out to dry. And the storm has moved out. Clouds are moving out. We've got sunshine shining through, so we're hoping these bears start moving after this front. Just keeping our fingers crossed is what we're doing. Looking for our 10-foot bear. Yeah, we saw our first bear today at 9 a.m. and you don't see your next one until 9 p.m. That's 12 hours. A lot of time.
Tell me about it. Yeah,
At least we get to go back to our tent and have some dinner and have a tiny bit of motivation to hopefully get up tomorrow and do it again. Gee whiz, man.